what was your first property that you purchased in real estate?
This is good. This is really good. Now, what will happen to me? Okay, you're gonna laugh. So Sherry, I'm at a point. I'm having a very difficult time financially. So I go to my mailbox, literally my mailbox. Okay, my house. My neighbor, was his AJ. That's his name. His name is AJ. Okay. Mm-hmm. So AJ is what we call a real estate broker. That's AJ. So in other words, like he will find the money, property, that kind of stuff. So it's a broker, So I go to my box to pick up my mail. AJ sees me, so he knows me. He sees that my spirit was down. It's like, what's wrong? Sherry, I said, things are really bad financially. I may have to move out of Florida, and I love Florida. Trust me, if you know me, I was telling James Jack yesterday. I'm like, listen, I love Florida, so I may have to move out of Florida. Sherry says to me, why? I said, it's bad financially. He says, I have a question for you. So what is it? He says to me, have you ever thought about, buying properties and flipping? In my mind, I'm thinking, did you hear what I just said? Like, I'm broke. You're talking about buying a property. What the hell? I'm saying to myself, what the heck is this guy talking about? Then he says to me, don't worry. If you don't have money, I'll work everything out for you. I'm like, huh? I said, what do you mean? He says, come to my office. Oh, I rushed to the office.
Right.
So I rushed. I mean, when I say I rushed to the office. I get to the office. He says, look at this property right here. I think you could get this property. I said, for how much? $600,000.
$600,000?
$600,000. I said to him, did you say $600,000? Yeah, I saw. I was just about to just walk out of his office. Like, what is this guy talking about? Okay, 600,000. Now, bear in mind, when I'm talking to AJ, I don't even think I have $5,000 left to my name. It was that bad. So he's talking 600,000. I'm like, this guy is delusional. I'm like, I got to walk away from him. He said, no. Listen, I am going to help you. We're going to acquire the property. And as a matter of fact, you're going to walk away with some money, upon closing. I mean, honestly, it was like a baby Jesus, like a miracle. Like, what is this guy talking about? So what he did, is he purchased me, it's called creative purchasing.
Right.
If you're in the world of real estate, you understand what I'm talking about.
Heard of it.
That's here. So what he did, he literally took me to the place. He bought the property for $600,000. Okay. Upon closing, it was a HELOC. He pulled out $100,000 upon closing. All of the settlement, down payment, everything was all taken. I didn't have to write a single check. I walked away with about $60-something thousand. I'm like, holy moly, this exists? That's how I was launched into the world of real estate.
That's awesome. That
was it. Once I saw that, I'm like, forget about it. That was how, that's exactly. That was, I've told this story so many times. That's how I got launched into it. So
yeah, and that's the break.
Say that again.
I said, that's the break I'm looking for. I mean, because I know it's out there as far as the creative financing and everything. And so I started like dibbling and dabbling in real estate investment, going to the real estate meetings and stuff since like 2018. But I haven't gotten my first property yet.
Okay, what part of the country do you live in?
I'm in Virginia.
You're in Virginia?
I'm in Virginia.
Okay.
And there's a lot going on here. It's a lot of investors here.
Listen,
Sherry,
you should not have any problem. Okay, you shouldn't. I mean, literally, I'll give you one simple idea. This may help you a lot. Okay? Very, very simple idea. You literally could, you could go right now, look for small properties around the area there, where $80,000, $100,000 type property. It could be in the worst neighborhood, where you put down like $8,000, and you follow me on this, like you put down $8,000, you assume, the property, you rent the property out. It could even be Section 8. You rent the property out, and then guess what happened? you're getting about $1,400-$1,500. You have a mortgage that is literally about $600 or $700. Your net flow, cash flow per month, you are easily $600-$700 a month just in net positive cash flow is there, and that's just one property. Imagine if you go 10 of that.
But the problem is today with the real estate so expensive, even something that's 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom is ridiculous price. But
okay, you ready?
I'm gonna take
Sherry,
that.
Sherry, stop it real quickly. You know why?
What's that?
The only limit to your impact is your imagination and commitment. So the moment you start, like starting with that, you don't even have a chance. You actually have to believe that I'm going to go out there and make it happen.
Right.
And if you look, you will find. So don't ignore the reality of, oh my God, is this? Ignore all of that stuff. Just go searching immediately. That's it.
And I did that. I have a whole bunch of houses. I've actually contacted some people, but I'm not going to keep you. But yeah, I've sent out letters and stuff, and I'm going to make some phone calls to see if they want to sell. But I do have lists of properties that are potential. So
there you go.
Make it happen.
Listen, you're going to have a breakthrough. Look at what's going on with commercial real estate right now. Commercial real estate is getting, like, guys, they're getting hammered.
Right.
In fact, estimation close to 1 billion of square footage office rental space available in the country combined together. That's one of the largest we've ever seen. So what's going on? A lot of people in the commercial space are literally walking away from it because back in 2020, what happened with COVID? So people were able to get into properties for how much interest rates? Almost nothing. So people will go, just so you know, commercial real estate is different from residential, obviously. So like residential, you have your 15, 20, 30 years, whatever mortgages. Right. But in commercial space, it's what? It's 3 years, it's 5 years. That's it, And then again and again. So watch this though. And this is very, I want all the audience to really capture this part right here. So watch this. So Shirley, you go, what 2020, what happened is you could get a property, for example, maybe let's just say commercial real estate for like say, just for the purpose of this analysis, this is $2 million. Let's assume, that you're paying $40,000, let's add or $20-something thousand a month because you have what we call is 1% or 0% interest. What happened? 2024. What the interest rate looks like. So now, what's going on? So what's going on now is this: all of these properties are now due for renewals, but they're not renewed at 0 or 1% anymore. So now they're renewed at what? 8%, 7%, 10%. So now a regular $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month is now $80,000, $90,000, $100,000. These folks can afford that. So you're going to go to the tenants, commercial tenants, and say, oh, by the way, I'm going to jack up your rent from 3,000 to like 6,000. These are small business owners who are even struggling. So guess what they are doing? A lot of these guys are saying, I'm just going to walk away. They're turning the properties back to the banks. So the banks are taking over these properties. As we speak, it's a $2 trillion problem. So you guys know that, okay? Warren Buffett talk about this. It's a $2 trillion problem. It's here as we speak. It's actually hitting right now as we speak. So where's the opportunity? There's an opportunity in this. Imagine if you are able to connect with the right people because who you know matter. And you are able to get yourself into a commercial real estate space, in conjunction with 1 or 2 or 3 other people, for example. But don't just go get any kind of commercial. If you're going to get any of those, you should look for commercial real estate where people are still going to be coming to the offices. Like, for example, I like medical buildings. Why? Because medical buildings typically, you'll have either they're trading for this or trading for that, the machine that's built into the wall. So people have to come, to get their treatment, etc. But if you just go to a regular office space, people are working from home now. And with AI coming, more people are still going to be moving home. So you're going to be stuck. But if you're looking at medical buildings or spaces where people constantly have to come to the offices, and then you get into one of those things, Sure, you know what will happen to you? Sometimes all you need is just one of a break and you're good to go. Just one.
Right.
And you're good. You could fail all of your life. One, and everything changes. So it's important. Just keep your eyes wide open. You know, the opportunity is there right now. You know, get encouraged.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm good. I'm starting back because I had stopped going to the real estate meetings, but I'm going to start back the next time they have a meeting. Get around people who have what I want. So yeah.
Yeah, keep feeding your mind. Don't stop.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate
You're
it. You have a
welcome.
good night.
Thank you,
You're
Sherry,
welcome.
for coming up.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.